Hello and welcome to Astrology Chat Live. It's your Pisces MC Trevor Quincy. Today is Wednesday, September 6, 2023. We're going to just start with the transits in the sky while we wait for our live audience to come in. Right now, Sun is conjunct Mercury retrograde 13 degrees in the sign of Virgo. Major focus right now is our day-to-day responsibilities, daily events, work schedule, routine around personal development and physical health as well. Just be sure to watch for criticism for self and for others during this time. There could be some news coming around for an opportunity per se, since it is trining Jupiter retrograde, and usually when Jupiter or any planet goes retrograde, it can bring blessings pertaining to that specific placement. But since Mercury retrograde is trine Jupiter retrograde and it is conjunct Uranus in a loose conjunction, there can be a sudden news or sudden communication coming in regarding an opportunity that could potentially give you some material income, increase your worth and value as well. Venus's influence on Jupiter in Taurus does have to do with entertainment, does also have to deal with relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts, as well as worth and value, and feeding your material possessions as well too. Just watch for overindulgence in this energy, Jupiter being retrograde in Venus, or in a Venus ruled sign per se. Let's see what else is going on. Mars has ingressed into Libra. This happened about a week ago now, so it's not so much like new information. It's at 6 degrees. So with Mars in Libra, this can bring energy and drive towards relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contract, marriage and union as well. Now, with Mars in Libra, it is really important to first and foremost not rush through any relationship dealings, business or business-ship dealings as well. Definitely watch for contracts being signed at this time as well too. It's going to be very important here. Usually when Mars is in 7th, it can bring interpersonal situations, conflicts as well can be seen on an interpersonal level. Just be sure to keep it between the one-to-one instead of bringing everybody else in, okay? Pluto is still retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. As I was saying this morning, Pluto is going to soon retrograde back over the original placement for the Pluto's placement in the United States birth chart. With Pluto being at 28 degrees and 9 arc minutes currently, it may cross over because in the United States birth chart, Pluto's at 27 degrees, 33 arc minutes. So if we actually see that before the new year goes in, we will have a second round of the Pluto return here in the United States. What might happen with that? Well, in the United States birth chart, it's actually Sagittarius ascendant. And so Pluto sits in the second house of the economy, our monetary resources as well. There are more things in regards to mundane astrology because the houses are classified a little different in mundane astrology, juxtaposed regular tropical astrology. But it does affect our economy, does bring huge transformations to the way that we approach money. We may have new currency coming out during this time as well too. But there's overall a transition and a transformation of people in positions of authority, higher ups, government as well. The whole idea of celebrity is definitely changing during this time, and it was expected to change during Pluto and Capricorn's ingression. When it goes into Aquarius, I feel like it's more going to be about the people, juxtaposed about just fame and recognition and, just the superficial things as well too. With Saturn retrograde in Pisces, Saturn's really trying to get you to make your dreams a tangible reality. It is retrograde, so it's going to be less of a obstacle or challenge when it is in retrograde, though you may feel this energy of it being retrograde because it's kind of like you want to move forward, but the universe or some force is not letting you move forward, okay? Now is a great time to revisit and reevaluate any lessons that were learned from probably hidden enemies, people that didn't have your best intention at heart. It's also a great time to deepen the connection that you have with the universe if you haven't already started that. With Neptune here, just pay attention to your dreams, your visions for the future as well. Oh, thank you guys for the gifts. Just pay attention to your dreams, your visions for the future, because this can actually give you information towards any relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business dealings as well. This can help you out there too. Okay, it is throwing a sextile to Capricorn, so it could also help you in career status, legacy, and life's work as well. I'm just reading the transits for the sky currently. All right, and then we're on to North Node, and we have Chiron in Aries, okay? Chiron in Aries can bring wounds around self, identity, independence, taking action towards your life's direction, and giving back to yourself through self-nourishment. Perhaps with Chiron in Aries, if you don't have this natally, it kind of just means that whenever you are yourself, whenever you are taking action towards the things that you want to do, other people may have an issue with that, or they may try to project in some way. Because with Chiron, there always tends to be some type of projection, rather it be emotional, physical, communicative. There's always some projection involved. It is really important with Chiron retrograde that we're not self-sabotaging, dimming our own light. And with it being in Aries, just watch for impulsivity, spontaneity as well. Hello for everybody coming in. How's everybody doing today? How was your Wednesday afternoon. Today is Wednesday. Yep, today is Wednesday. How's everybody's Wednesday afternoon going? With the North Node here, fated events will definitely come in to move you towards whatever direction you like to go in. North Node represents fated events, but I've noticed this morning. The North Node and the South Node are actually direct. They're not retrograde right now. So my personal take on the North and South Node being not direct or not in retrograde is that fated events will happen through external forces. So over these next few days, when the North Node and the South Node are direct, definitely pay attention to what news may be coming in, especially because we have multiple planets in retrograde. So this could be blessings from the divine, blessings from what you did when those planets were direct as well. All right. And then we have the Moon in Gemini. Just be sure not to over intellectualize your emotions during this time. Rather feel them through. Talk out your feelings if you need to with somebody that you confide in. Okay. That would be the best option for Moon in Gemini. With Venus in Leo, Venus is finally out of retrograde, but when Venus came out of retrograde, Jupiter went into retrograde. So it's not like you missed anything, you know. With Venus in retrograde, though, it's still, or Venus indirect, it's still in its shadow period, so lessons still may present itself from when Venus was in retrograde, or you may be just finishing up some lessons as well, too. But now is a great time to express your worth and value in relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts, and become confident in what you value or how you value yourself as well. And then perhaps you could even attract a relationship because Venus is in the sign of love and romance, and perhaps even children as well. All right, and that's pretty much it for astrology right now. That's the current transits. All right, so let's go here. Oh, there we go. All right, so readings are going to be $15 as usual. Just send your donations to Cash App, Venmo, PayPal at TRZO LLC. Be sure to include your birthday, time, and location, just like the example that you see down there. For international birthdays, just be sure to format that month, day, and year, okay, instead of day, month, year. And if you forget to send your information, just Instagram me at TRZO, TRESCZO, okay? Let's see what's going on in the chat so far. I love how you explain things. Well, thank you. Hey, Alara, how you doing? Hi, everyone. It's going great. My day's going pretty good. You know, it's sunny outside. But you know what? I'm feeling the hotness because right now I'm in the south. But it's really hot today, and I'm feeling it. I'm indoors, you know. But maybe it's just me. I need to turn on this fan, but I just don't want to get up at the moment. But my day's going pretty good. I'm happy that we're halfway through the week. And tomorrow I have off, so yay! How's everyone else doing? My moon is in Gemini, and I feel like a mess. Oh, I'm sending thoughts and prayers. Is anything else in Gemini, though? Because Gemini can be the trickster energy. Look, you know, let's see here. Which transits can affect what? Very emotional. What transits can affect your emotions? Well, nothing's in Cancer. Nothing. Moon is in Gemini. It is 12 places from itself, so any unconscious qualities in regards to your emotions definitely may come out during this time. Let's see, I just want to skip to the part where I'm in a long-term relationship with these lessons. Child, look, you know, it's the process of the spiritual journey, these lessons, gaining the wisdom. Ooh, and forget about it if you have Jupiter in the 8th house, because I'm telling you, it's just transformation, keep going. It's going to hurt, but it's going to be worth it. Maybe one day, 3 years down the road. Sick. I'm doing good. How about you? I'm doing okay. I'm just here for readings today. But before, be everywhere but Chicago. Chicago. It's a city that's exciting. It's a city that's inviting. It's a city for a person just like me. They have it Lake Hope, Michigan. I think I might be fitting in. The city is my favorite cup of tea. Chicago. Thank you. Here all week. Tell your friends. All right, let's see here. We actually are going to give away a free reading today for the first person to answer this correctly. What is 3 places or third from the sign of Sagittarius? What is 3 places or third from the sign of Sagittarius? 3 places from the sign of Sagittarius for you to get a $15 value reading. Okay, so let's see what sign is 3 places from Sagittarius. You can give your guesses. The first person to respond correctly will win a free reading today and perhaps may even start us off. Okay, is it Virgo? Good guess. Is it Aquarius? Good guess. Is it Virgo? Good guess. Is it Pisces? Good guess. Is it Pisces? Good guess. Let's see here. Anybody else want to guess here? Now, I will give you a hint after people say it. Okay, I will give you a hint in just a second because I'm getting people saying it. We already have a winner, but you can continue to say it if you guys want. We'll give about like 15 seconds. If only I had a countdown ready. I usually do, but I wouldn't say I usually do, but I don't. Not today. All right, I'll give 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, you should have got your names in better, faster. I'm gonna write I'm gonna write your username for the person who got it correctly until you just say your name, then I'll just substitute it, and then we're getting started with your reading. All you have to do is just send your birth information, but congratulations, you got it correctly. Aquarius was the correct answer. When we're dealing with, let's see here. I'm actually going to pull up a chart. When we're dealing with derivatives, when we're dealing with anything, when I'm talking about like, oh, do you want a sign from, or 5 places from this placement, or 7 signs from this sign? Let me see here. I'm just going to, we'll be from Plantation, Florida today. My birthday was New Year's Day, and I was born at 12:07 p.m. Okay, so we're going to pull it up. And Melissa. Okay. Melissa, I got you. Let's see here. Melissa. Congratulations, by the way. All right. So, Aries is on the ascendant. Let's just pretend Aquarius is on the ascendant. So the ascendant is right up here. Actually, we're going to just take out the ascendant just for shits and giggles. Why not? All right. Let's take out the ascendant. And we're going to apply that. Right, no ascendant. That's tough, isn't it? All right, so we're going to pretend that Sagittarius is on the ascendant because we were looking for 3 signs away from Sagittarius, right? Okay, so if Sagittarius is on the ascendant, you got Pluto there, you got Venus there, you got Chiron. I wouldn't want that on my ascendant. I'm not going to lie to you here. But we want 3 places from it. So if we put Sagittarius on the ascendant, what would be in the 3rd house? Okay, that would be Aquarius. The 1st house would be Sagittarius. 2nd house would be Capricorn. 3rd house would be Aquarius. It'd have Neptune, Uranus, and Mars. Very passionate speaker. Definitely could be a little bit delusional here. But hey, has some innovative ideas. Very progressive. Right. All right. So we're going to get started in just a few here. Happy belated birthday. Oh, yeah. Happy belated birthday. Did you do anything? Did you go out? Did you take a trip? You know, did you go out for a spa day? Let's see here. Start speaking a new language this Labor Day. I don't want to start speaking a new language. I speak in enough languages. Oh no, my internet's out. Mercury retrograde has gotten us again. Oh no. That's okay. Let's see here. Or my Wi-Fi's not even showing. We're going to turn it off and we're going to wait 15 minutes. And while we wait 15 minutes, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask while we're just waiting for it to come back up. You know, it's just those Mercury retrograde tings. Oh. All right. Well, we're just going to wait again. Well, we're just wait some. Why do we hate Chicago again? I don't know. I forgot why we hate Chicago. Too many things going on in my life at the moment. Oh, that's sad. What's going on? Does that mean anything I know sometimes symbolizes symbols in the chart that I can reflect something? Wait, what? I have Jupiter retrograde in my chart. Ooh, mine's just past. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Wait a second. Does that just mean anything I know? Oh, no. Mine's just past 8:26 and I went to Portugal and went out with my girls and I got back stateside. Oh, how was that? I have a grand trine. Ooh, look at you guys. All right. What is going on here? Where is the Wi-Fi here? Let me turn this off. Give me 1 second, because I just can't find my Wi-Fi anymore. It's just weird. All right, so while we're waiting, I have a grand trine on my natal chart. Actually, I could do it here. Here we go. This is why we prepare for the backups. See, people think that you were not prepared, but you were prepared this whole time. All right, what if both people have opposites within... Wait, what? What if both people have too many opposites with each other? Elaborate more, because I'm just not getting it. Oh, wait, I'm on airplane mode. Okay, Wi-Fi is on. We're just going to cut. I don't know. I don't know. All right, I'm just going to use this right here. Astro charts. We're going to use my iPad today because my computer wants to sit here and participate in Mercury retrogrades. It's sad, isn't it? All right, Melissa, we're going to do you first, and then anybody else, just be sure to send the donation here. All right, let's see. All right, Los Angeles, California girls are unforgettable. Fine, fresh, fierce, we got it unlocked. West Coast represent, we're undeniable. Whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, look at God. Look at that. Look at that. You know, when you think that you got defeated down, you have another thing here. Thank God for iPads. Am I right? Now I sound like someone's auntie. Okay, let me move that over here. All right, so here's how readings work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at what's going on right up down here. Let me just move this over just a little bit. That way you can see the list and you can see the full list. I'm going to look if you have any critical degrees. What are critical degrees? Critical degrees are degrees of significant importance. So if you have any critical degrees, just be sure to pay attention to the sign in the house that they're in, okay? Also, with critical degrees, fated events, people, places, things, the noun, they can all come in too. So I would just pay attention to them, sign in house. All right, here we go. For you, Melissa, sun's at 8 degrees Leo, sun's at a critical degree, moon 18 Virgo, Mercury 5 Virgo, Venus 20 Leo, Mars 21 Scorpio, Mars is at a critical degree. Jupiter 4 Capricorn retrograde, Saturn 9 Scorpio, Saturn's at a critical degree. Uranus 9 Sagittarius retrograde, Neptune 29 Sagittarius retrograde, Neptune's at a critical degree. Pluto 29 Libra, Pluto's at a critical degree. North Node 3 Gemini retrograde, Chiron 7 Gemini, Ascendant 18 Gemini, MC 28 Aquarius. All right, let's see what's going on up here. All right. Gemini ascendant, to work on towards your ascendant, you really need to focus on community, communication, developing your skills. Siblings, cousins, your immediate environment will also have an influence on here too. Could be a jack of all trades, master of none, but you're always meant to do within the master of one. Now, with your chart ruler being 4 places from itself here with Mercury and Virgo, very strong placement to have, especially with Moon here, because your authenticity can really come out. But just watch out for over-intellectualizing your emotions, but rather feeling them through. Listening to your intuition, not questioning it, not reacting to it as well too. That can actually hinder the process of feeling your emotions as well. With the North Node in Gemini, just watch out for spreading misinformation and gossip that can actually contribute to your wounds here, with it being in the first house, because there are wounds surrounding when you were feeling like being yourself or expressing yourself, putting yourself out there, and really sharing your thoughts and opinions, speaking up for yourself. There was energies that tried to shut you down, that tried to dim your light here. It is important to find an outlet to get those words and those opinions, to really get all that out, rather that be journaling, speaking it out, really writing the letter that was never delivered, and really stepping into being your authentic self. That will actually heal yourself and heal other people, and it's actually part of what you're meant to do. Having a relationship with yourself is going to be important. Oh wow, I can't even talk anymore. The relationship with yourself is the best relationship that you can ever have. So just be sure to find the balance with having a relationship with yourself versus the relationship of others. Now, I will say here, let's see here, there's nothing in Cancer. Now we have Sun in Leo, Venus in Leo. People like to hear what you have to say. So just be sure to feel free to express yourself and build confidence with that. It's actually part of your becoming with Sun in Leo here. Sun is in its home sign. Now with Venus in the 3rd house, there's a lot of artistry that can actually come through this placement. Singing, songwriting, musicianship as well. Doesn't necessarily have to be just that, but expressing yourself through, I shouldn't say express like 5th house, but more like along the lines of like creatively are expressing or creatively putting out your words and your communication, finding a way to do that through communicative endeavors per se. Now with Moon in Virgo also as well, just watch out for self-criticism, criticism of others, especially with Mercury's influence here too, because at a foundational level, you are actually getting better with time. It's a great placement for that. Plus, with your Mercury in the 4th house, this can definitely tell me that education could have been pushed in the home, perhaps a little too much. Your parents probably pushed you to further your studies too. That's actually helping towards your Aquarius MC. You're definitely meant to do something that's quite original, something that hasn't really been done before, something that perhaps maybe you're even the first person to do it. Now, this is shifting into your 9th house. We got Wi-Fi, everybody. So the next reading, okay, we're back. Great. But since this is in your 9th house, this also has to deal with finding your life's purpose, finding your belief system, your philosophy, a certain religion that you resonate with as well. Okay. But I will say here, with Aquarius MC in the 9th, watch out for chaotic tendencies within not only career status, legacy, and life's work. but also finding your life's purpose, higher education, higher knowledge as well too, okay? Also be sure to find the balance between your public and your personal lives as well. With, let's see here, Pluto and Libra in the 5th house, very powerful once you step into expressing your true authentic self and really building confidence off of that as well. Power can also come from being in a relationship dynamic, relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts, that actually goes in tandem with your career status, legacy, and life's work. There's effortless energy there. However, I will say just be sure not to over obsess with relationships, business dealings, as well as expressing yourself and having a good time in life. Watch out for overindulgence as well too. Let's see here, Larsa, another 8th house Jupiter girly. I'm telling you, we're all around. It's common, but you know what? I see more like Mercury, Jupiter, and Scorpio. I'll see before Jupiter in the 8th. It's sick. Hold on a second. I'm just going to get this back into focus. There we go. All right. So we have Saturn in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio as well. Very worker energy. Like you definitely have the energy to work. Okay. Just be sure not to overwork yourself to your detriment. Saturn in the 6th can definitely be representative of sickness, ailments, and illness as well. So no over obsessing over work, no over obsessing over being a workaholic. Although Mars's energy definitely great in the 6th house, definitely fights to keep your health great. But just be sure that we are not over obsessing over our work endeavors here too. Also with Saturn and Scorpio, definitely watch out for mismanaging or micromanaging things that are outside of your control. Definitely watch for fears of intimacy, vulnerability, going below the surface, accepting the darker aspects of life, and making peace with your past as well. And remember, do not rush through your healing journey. All right. Moving on, we have Uranus and Sagittarius. I think we already talked about that, but I'll talk about it again. With Uranus and Sagittarius, you yearn to be understood in relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts. But as I said earlier, having a relationship with yourself is the best relationship that you can ever have. With Neptune here, it may make it a little bit challenging because it puts false illusionment on what a relationship is to you. But I will say that relationships can help you to understand what life may be about. 222s on my clock as I'm speaking, so this may be confirmation for you, you know? But facing relationships in a more realistic sense may help you to better understand the realities of what a relationship may be. Since your seventh house ruler is being expressed in Jupiter and Capricorn in the 8th, because there's a lot of lessons to be learned in relationships, partnerships, even in business for you. But being in a relationship and really taking the time to get to know not only yourself, but the person that you're in a relationship with will definitely help you out tenfold here. With Jupiter and Capricorn, I'm not going to lie, this placement not giving all the time. Sometimes it gives you pocket lint, you know, during your Jupiter return, it may even give you 2 pieces of pocket lint. It's really generous if you ask me. But Jupiter in the 8th house is a very intuitive placement. You go through a lot of transformation and it's a lot of death and rebirth, a lot of like healing that needs to be done. So going below the surface, accepting the darker aspects of life, making peace with your past, letting go of what no longer serves you, and letting go of what no longer is in alignment, which in turn puts you in alignment with your dharmic path here, okay? Now, Jupiter in the 8th can bring an inheritance of some sort for you. Could be a little bit delayed because it does have that Capricornian influence on it, but you know what? Hey, it's still gonna be something, right? You know, just be sure here with Jupiter in the 8th house that you're not taking or walking yourself into other people's dealings. That usually just comes to you for you to figure it out. Because with Jupiter in Capricorn, it also brings opportunities, but it's like at a big level to where you may be responsible for other people or other people's resources too. So I would just say, just be sure to be on your P's and Q's. Definitely approach certain things in a systematic and organized way. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it for your chart for the most part. Thank you, Melissa. All right. I think our Wi-Fi is back, everyone. Look at that. It's shining great. Don't we just love it? I'm going to just exit out of here. I'm going to go back to here. And we're going to reload here. Why y'all putting your information on here knowing good and well that you're not supposed to be doing that? You know, hold on a second. I just got to delete Melissa's name and this as well. And we're going to scroll up in a second. All right, so readings are open, $15, TRZO, LLC, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. All the names are synonymous, all 3 platforms, okay? Just be sure to include birthday, time, and location, like the date that you see below. And for international birthdays, just be sure to format that in month, day, year, instead of day, month, year. And then if you forget, just send it to my Instagram at TRZO, TRESEZO. $15. Do you want to do my daughters? Yeah, I can do your daughters. Just send the $15 over. You know, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, the name is the same. Let's see. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Oh, no worries. No worries. We're all here. But I will say protect that birthday and the information. Sometimes we can get some lurkers in here. They could be looking at the wrong thing, trying to take advantage of your energy. You gotta protect it. Gotta protect it. I may want to turn on the fan, but I'm like a little too far for that at the moment. Hopefully my pits don't sweat. Let's see. Yeah, no, just protect it. You never know who's watching. You know, but this is just an example birthday. So if you want to type that in, go for it. You know, jump for joy there. But, let's see. While we're waiting for somebody, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to pull up the sidereal chart, the sidereal transits for those that are into that. I'm also going to pull up a chart. That way I can see it as well. All right, here we go. So this is what's going on in the sidereal sky, which is basically the real sky, you know. Sun's at 19 degrees Leo, Moon 18 Taurus, Mercury 19 Leo retrograde, Venus 18 Cancer, Mars 12 Virgo, Jupiter 21 Aries retrograde, Saturn 8 Aquarius retrograde, Saturn's at a critical degree, Uranus 28 Aries retrograde, Neptune 2 Pisces retrograde, Pluto 3 Capricorn retrograde, North Node mean 2 Aries retrograde, North Node true 1 Aries. Okay, let's see here. Oh, we got a lot of Venus questions here. Okay, any advice for Venus and Scorpio? I will say at this time, there could have been obstacles, challenges with relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts. There also definitely could have been some obstacles around expressing yourself, especially when Venus was in retrograde, because it was 10 places from your natal placement. So there could have just been some obstacles that really could have caused you to really go within or perhaps prioritize your healing journey more to better express yourself. But I will say with Venus and Scorpio, just be sure to get past any hindrances or obstacles or challenges pertaining to your worth and value, or perhaps expressing yourself, because that will actually help you within relationships once you master it on your own, if that makes sense. Okay, Venus in Virgo. I want a reading. Well, readings are going to be 15 doll hairs today. If you would like it, just send it to TRZO LLC for Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. All right, we're back. So Venus in Virgo. Venus in Leo is 12 places from itself, so this Venus retrograde definitely could have been some unconscious qualities seeping through in terms of worth and value. This Venus retrograde could have brought people from the past, could have brought people into your life. They could have even been new per se, but they could have shown some unconscious qualities that you may present when you're in a relationship or when you're working on your own personal worth and value. And so it's really important for Venus and Virgo during this time to really spend some time by themselves, or to really establish that connection with the universe to get a better understanding at where it is that where their conscious qualities and where their unconscious qualities may lie. What conscious qualities can you definitely put forward in a relationship, in a partnership setting, or perhaps to further establish your worth and value, and what may you not be conscious about that you can actually spend time by yourself with and implement it. That way the next time when you're in a relationship, or perhaps you're establishing your worth and value, you know. Okay, let's see here. All right, so I got some names. Just bear with. Okay, this is for Emily. So, all right, Emily. Oh, and then, all right, let's see here. So we're going to do Emily's chart now. And let's see. All right, here we go. Let's just move this over a bit. Can everybody see that okay? I know it's a little blurry. Bear with. Ooh, a Pisces ascendant. I haven't had a Pisces ascendant in such a while. Let's see what's going on here. Sun 12 Aries, Moon 11 Cancer, Mercury 15 Aries, Venus 3 Aries retrograde, Mars 14 Pisces, Jupiter 19 Aquarius, Saturn 16 Virgo retrograde, Uranus 23 Pisces, Neptune 25 Aquarius, Pluto 3 Capricorn, North Node 6 Aquarius retrograde, Chiron 24 Aquarius, Ascendant 23 Pisces, MC 26 Sagittarius. Not a single critical degree. Look at that. All right, let's see what's going on in this chart right now. Okay, so as a part of Emily's Pisces ascension, it's really to focus on spirituality, the spiritual development journey, as well as establishing a connection with the universe, trusting in the unknown, developing faith as well. Spending time by Emily spending time by herself may be beneficial for this placement, because this is definitely how you develop your personal relationship with the universe, juxtaposed in a Sagittarian sense when you're going around other people asking, So this is definitely going to be could be more introverted. She could still be an extrovert, but she may be to herself a lot. Now, let's see here. Is that Mars and Uranus? Okay, so we have Mars and Uranus in the sign of Pisces. With Mars here, there's a lot of energy and drive to figure out self-identity, independence, and really to figure out your sense of direction to take action towards your life's purpose. But I'm not gonna lie, with Pisces energy, it may be a little bit difficult to know who you are and know your energy, because for starters, you're taking on other people's energy, and so it's very hard to differentiate whose energy is theirs and what is your energy as well too. Uranus doesn't necessarily help you, because the minute when you feel comfortable, Uranus does tend to shake things up, okay? Now, this is definitely going to be a reminder to have a relationship with yourself. Major lesson here, especially with Saturn being in Virgo, and it's at apex of a major yod here, okay? So that's going to be one of the major karmic lessons that you learn, is that having a relationship with yourself is going to be very beneficial to attract a relationship in the future for you. Also, pay attention to any ideas that do come across in regards when you're feeling like your most self, or perhaps when you're looking for a sense of direction, because that can actually help you towards manifesting or executing any future endeavors that you have for yourself as well, okay? Let's see what else is going on here. Chart ruler, you have two of them, both in the 12th house. There could be some unconscious qualities that may be presented through people that may not have your purest intention at heart, but people that are also going to be pure souls as well, okay? I also will say, be sure that we're not detaching ourselves from the spiritual journey, detaching ourselves from spirituality in general, or perhaps detaching from the relationship that we just have with the universe, or perhaps the universe, source, spirit, however you choose to identify it. Let's see here. This website is kind of confusing, not gonna lie. How so? How is it confusing? I like astro charts though. I like the layout of it, but I would like to know your thoughts. All right, so we have the second house, we have Venus, we have Sun, we have Mercury as well. Multiple sources of income will definitely benefit you here. Now, part of your life's focus is really to establish your worth and value, as well as give back to yourself, filling back up your own cup through self-replenishment, okay? Now, with Venus in Aries, I will just say still watch for frivolous spending or impulsive spending here too. But Venus in the second house is usually a stable energy over time, just as long as you're not doing anything spontaneous or impulsive with your resources, okay? Let's see here. Are there any squares, any sextiles? Now, Venus does square the MC, so I will say here, I mean, it should technically be a trine, but since Venus MC is towards the end and Venus is at the beginning, it will technically be a square because of the degree placements. But I will say here, whatever you're doing within your career status, legacy, life's work can definitely be a means of your income. Just be sure that whatever it is that you're doing within your career status, legacy, and life's work, that it resonates with your faith, your belief system, and it's also resonating with who you are, your authentic self and your direction for whatever it is that you want to do, and that will actually turn that inner conflict into success and achievement, okay? Nothing in Taurus, nothing in Gemini. Moon and Cancer in the 5th house. Very intuitive energy. You're definitely meant to express your emotions and express how you feel about certain things as well, okay? Definitely listen to your intuition. It's only when you don't listen to your intuition that certain things start to go awry, okay? Now, I will say with Moon and Cancer in the 5th house, doing things that are fun for you, love and romance especially, has to resonate with you on an emotional level. I mean, love is an emotion, so I would assume that you would feel that. But if you're not feeling so hot about it, if you're questioning it, give it the chop, okay? Moving on, we have nothing in Leo, Saturn and Virgo here. Karmic situations, karmic lessons around relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts. With Saturn in Virgo, this is a very grounded energy. Saturn does like being in the sign of Virgo, also the sign of Taurus as well. But with Saturn in Virgo, it's really getting about the business or the day-to-day routine about what it is that you're going to do, or how to execute your plan for whatever it is that you would like to accomplish here, okay? Now, something's telling me with this opposition with Virgo and Pisces that you have a vision of what it is that you want to do, and whatever it is that you want to do could be original, could be something that very few people know how to do or very few people have accomplished. Perhaps you may even be the first, but you actually have to take action. For you, it could be starting a business, could even be a partnership as well. But whatever it is, I don't think there's much work that you have to do. It's just lessons that are going to be presented to you because it will find you. You don't have to actually put much work into it. And it's something that can give you emotional fulfillment. So that's a hint for things that are meant for you per se from Saturn. If it's going to give you emotional fulfillment and it's going to help you to become more confident within yourself, which is going to be needed to execute those future endeavors of yours. Okay. Just be sure that we are paying attention to it, how much emotional fulfillment it's giving us as well. Let's see. Why does Saturn like to be in Virgo? Saturn likes to be in the earth signs because it's all about structure and discipline and getting about the business of being on a systematic schedule to get things done. And it's also trining. It does favorable in the trine areas, but Saturn actually does better in Aquarius. You know, it does like Taurus. It likes being in Taurus for the resources and the stability. It likes being in Virgo for the work ethic, being of service to other people. Saturn is the people's person, you know, or Saturn in Capricorn, I would say, but Saturn traditionally likes to be of service for the people. That's why it likes being in Virgo. However, Virgo tends to do things on its own, tends to have its own schedule. And especially if influences like Mars were here, or no, Mars is more can keep up with the work ethic. It's more like Venus or the sun or the moon. You know, Saturn and Virgo can tend to get a little bit irritated. So one of the lessons is to not overwork yourself to your detriment, okay? Because sometimes I will say that you may tend to restrict yourself when you're putting effort forward, okay? Let's see here. Saturn likes being in air signs and day charts based on Hellenistic. I never heard about Earth, though. You know, Saturn likes to be in Virgo. Saturn likes to be in Taurus. Saturn is home in Capricorn, but though Saturn likes to do better in Aquarius. Saturn is exalted in Libra, but Saturn is more practical in the earth signs, if that makes sense, and is more, in my opinion, is more rewarding in the air signs. But let's see what else is going on in this chart. 8th house Libra, 9th house Scorpio, nothing going on. Sagittarius MC, you're meant to point the collective in a spiritual direction here, which means that Emily's going to go through her own journey with finding her belief, finding her life purpose, figuring out whatever her truth, her meaning is too, okay? Her 10th house ruler and her MC ruler is going to be in the 12th house, could be doing work in spiritual work, wellness, healthcare, as well as spirituality, or doing something that's quite innovative. Perhaps it could be in spirituality, but it could also be in entertainment. You know, it can be in the fine arts. It can also be in cinematography. But whatever the case may be, it is going to have some type of spiritual undertone to it, or perhaps something with higher education or higher knowledge as well. Let's see what else is going on here. It's in a loose conjunction with Pluto and Capricorn. Just want to make sure. Let's see here. Yeah, it's in a loose conjunction with Pluto. So I will say here that there's going to be, she could be put in a position of power within her career status, legacy, and life's work. And there's going to be power in anything that she executes for her future endeavors. Only thing is, just don't over-obsess over career status, legacy, and life's work and the future endeavors as well. Okay? With Pluto and Capricorn, friends, groups, networks, and organizations can definitely help. But because Saturn has an influence on that 11th house, any time that unconscious qualities tend to come to the forefront, people may warn you about it, but people may not warn you about it. They may just take a step back and observe. Just be sure here that we're becoming conscious of our unconscious qualities here, especially with Jupiter, North Node, Chiron, and Neptune in the 12th house here. Now, there could be wounds around not knowing your unconscious wound or unconscious qualities. There could also be wounds around people that did not have your purest intention at heart. You kind of figured out that a little too late. Maybe you were pure to them, but they weren't pure back to you here. It is really important to have a connection with the universe, deepen that connection if it already exists as well. With the North Node here, this is going to happen through fated events. So it's really going to be interesting here. She definitely may have a very unconventional approach to developing herself spiritually, which as long as she's developing herself spiritually, it doesn't matter the way that it happens or the process at all. And this is also going to happen through opportunities as well. So there are going to be opportunities for people to help her on her spiritual development journey. Traveling to foreign lands can also be applicable here too. It's also important for Emily to pay attention to her dreams. She's going to have a lot of messages or downloads that come through her dreams that could potentially help her within her career status, legacy, and life's work as well. But that's pretty much all I'm seeing for her chart for the most part. Thank y'all. All right, let's see who's next. We have Nevaeh. What about Saturn is air houses like the 3rd house? Oh, what about in the air houses? Houses are a little different. The signs are the energy that they really step into. The houses are just the area of life. Saturn does okay in the third house. It's a common placement that I tend to see. In the third house, it actually gets better with time because the third, the sixth, the 10th, and the 11th house are what we call in the Vedic astrology, the Upacha houses. They deal with skill and longevity, and you need time to develop skill, and you need time to, really organize whatever you're trying to do on a large scale for the collective as well. So that's why they naturally get better with time, because a lot of your energy is spent in those houses too. Thank you so much. Of course, anytime. Let's see. She's having trouble making friends in school right now, trying to see if this can help her. I really hope it does. Definitely keep me updated. This makes sense. Let's see. And then in the 11th house, Saturn loves being in the 11th house, because I'll tell you this, all you have to do is commit yourself to something in the 11th house. It's fairly a good placement for Saturn in the 11th. Saturn in 10th, oh my God. Like, I'm praying for your Saturn to, let's talk about it, because my Saturn in 10th, oh my God, stressed. Stressed, but it's going to continue to work because I gotta work, But I like my Saturn in 10th. It is very disciplined, very ambitious. But it is an Aries, and sometimes I wish it wasn't an Aries because I can get a little impatient. But you know what? It's the slow and steady wins the race. But sometimes it's like watching paint dry, if you know what I mean. All right, Nevaeh, we're up to you. Is Nevaeh here? Yes. Okay, sent money for other Cub Adrian. Okay, no problem. Let's see here. Vallejo, California. I'm getting everybody from California. Let's see. Today. 7. Oh, you just had a birthday recently, Nevaeh. Happy belated birthday. Did you do anything? Did you go out? Did you celebrate? What did you do? What did you get? Did you get any presents? Let's see what's going on here. All right, Pisces Ascendant. Wow. What was that? All right, so Pisces Ascendant, again, back to back. All right, let's see what's going on here. Sun 29 degrees Cancer, Sun's at a critical degree. Moon 9 Taurus, Moon's at a critical degree. Mercury 16 Leo, Venus 21 Cancer, Mars 9 Pisces, Jupiter 22 Leo, Jupiter's at a critical degree. Saturn 6 Cancer, Uranus 2 Pisces retrograde. Neptune 12 Aquarius retrograde, Pluto 17 Sagittarius retrograde. Pluto's at a critical degree. North Node 26 Taurus retrograde, Chiron 14 Capricorn retrograde, Ascendant 8 Pisces, MC 17 Sagittarius. MC, your midhaven's at a critical degree. All right, let's see what's going on up here. All right, same for you. What you're meant to work towards your ascension is really getting to know your spiritual self, your purest self, establishing a connection with the universe if it isn't already existing, okay? Also, trusting in the unknown, developing your faith as well. Now, you will have a lot of energy and drive towards these areas of your life as well, too. It can actually help you towards your future endeavors and to heal yourself and other people in the process, too. Just watch out for impulsive tendencies as well as spontaneity too, because that can definitely come up, especially with Mars having an influence on your ascendant, okay? Iris, I will let you know right after this reading. Let's see, is critical degree bad? No, critical degree is not bad at all. It just brings some fated events, people, places, things that really help you to grow in your journey. And then you have Uranus and Pisces as well. So on your spiritual journey, you may get ideas on how to execute any future endeavors that you may have for yourself. Pay attention to them. This can actually be sent from the divine for you as well. Sudden shakeups in your identity, sense of independence, yourself as well can definitely happen, since Uranus is dominant in your chart. So just be sure that when shakeups are happening, be sure to remember, or I wouldn't say remember like where you are, perhaps any ideas that do come about during that time, be sure to write them down because they're actually things that can help you to progress society, to move forward. All right, moving on. Aries, nothing going on here in the second house. Just watch for impulsive spending. Moon in Taurus, North Node in Taurus here too in that third house. Now, with the North Node in the third house, you're definitely could be considered to be a jack of all trades, master of none, but you'll always do better than the master of one. So don't be afraid to put your eggs in multiple baskets. It's actually what you're meant to do, because some of these ideas can actually be around for a very long time. Of course, patience is required in executing these future endeavors. There is a minor aspect to that Chiron in the 11th house, so that's why I said just be sure to take your time here. here, but usually things will work out for you. Other people can definitely give you ideas and share their opinions with you. Be sure to write them down if they resonate with you as well. All right, then we have Moon in Taurus as well too. With Moon in Taurus, you're very emotionally well stable. You like to communicate based off of how you're feeling as well. You could like to speak your feelings to people that are close to you, perhaps immediate family or perhaps close friends as well. All right, this actually does have a little bit of a square to your 12th house here. Just be careful of any thoughts that they don't go against any visions or your faith, okay? Because sometimes your thoughts may counteract your faith for the universe or perhaps whatever you are putting your faith and energy towards, okay? Perhaps making your dreams come true as well. There is a T-square with your moon here. It's with Neptune. It's also with Mercury as well. So tapping into, first and foremost, finding a philosophy, a meaning of life, a certain life's purpose. You're finding out your truth and expanding on that will help you to alleviate any inner conflict and tension that you may be experiencing within communication, your spiritual journey, and your personal development journey as well. All right. And also finding a balance between sharing your experience with speaking about your feelings that can also help you to alleviate any inner conflicts and tension since it's developing balance between the axis. Okay. Let's see. Is Chiron in the 11th bad? No placement. For me, no placement is bad or good. There is no good or bad placements. They may be difficult or challenging placements, but they're not bad because every placement that you have is really teaching you something towards the thing that you are destined to do, the purpose that you're meant to fulfill. Okay. With Chiron in the 11th house, there are wounds around, rejection, feeling misunderstood, trying to fit in, but not really quite doing so, feeling different, not understanding why you're different, and not really understanding what all of this is for, why you're here on this earth. You are different for a reason. You have the capability and the energy to progress society forward in however way you deem the most possible for you. This can actually happen when you express yourself, when you shine your light, put yourself out there, and really tap into your confidence and not caring about what other people have to say about it. That can actually be very healing for you, and that could be a way for you to progress society forward because your energy is something that not many people have seen. It's an energy that's original per se too, okay? But I will say that that does come with confidence. For you, it's going to be a karmic lesson, so definitely be sure to not have so much fun, but also be sure to enjoy life for its recreation as well, okay? And I'm actually going to get to that placement now. Saturn in Cancer is not a debilitating placement, but it is a detriment placement, a placement that's in detriment, which means it's a placement that requires a little bit more effort, okay? But since you have an opposition to that Chiron placement, it's just finding the balance between your friends, groups, networks, organizations, and your future endeavors, and really building up your own confidence and expressing that out and putting yourself out there, shining your light, okay? It's actually what you're meant to do with your sun being in Cancer here. 29 degrees, by the way. All right. Yes, I could do that after. Tell you guys what the critical degrees are. Venus in the 5th house does fairly well. Venus is that planetary joy in the 5th house. Venus in Cancer usually means that you would like a relationship that's emotionally fulfilling, as well as something that can really help you to grow at a foundational level as well. That also does oppose Chiron here. Sorry, this is a little down. It does oppose Chiron in the 11th house here, so just be sure here that we're tapping into our confidence because other people definitely like to have fun with you. Other people like to see when you're your most confident self, and it can help you to execute any future endeavors, okay? Which can also lead to your success, career, status, legacy, and life's work, okay? Then we also have Jupiter in Leo. We have Mercury in Leo in that 6th house. Very busy bee, I see. All right, just be sure not to overwork yourself to your detriment with that Jupiter placement there. With Mercury, you could definitely learn a lot about yourself within your day-to-day. Now, I will say with Mercury in Leo, you could be a great speaker. Implementing a routine around working on speech development can also be very beneficial for you. Now, I will say that there is a balance between Mercury and Neptune. Be sure to find a balance. Be sure to find a balance between your spiritual development and your personal development, okay? Nothing in Virgo, nothing in Libra, nothing in Scorpio. We have Pluto in Sagittarius conjunct the MC. Not an easy placement to have because on a mass level, when you're trying to put yourself out there, what you want to be known for is conjunct the planet of transformation, death and rebirth, loss per se. Not going to scare you here, but it's going to be very transformative. You will definitely attract an audience that really likes you. You're very magnetic, and you can definitely be put in a position of power here. It definitely has its positives, but the balance of that is it's going to be very very transformative. You are going to have to prioritize your healing journey. Part of your mission is to guide the collective in a spiritual direction, which means that you have to find your own life's purpose, your own meaning of life, which means finding a philosophy, a belief system, a religion, your own truth per se, whatever that may be. You are meant to express that out to the public and perhaps maybe create a routine out of this, maybe doing some day-to-day work, or perhaps helping other people to develop themselves on a personal level too. Okay, there's effortless energy for that. But you do have to share your experience to some degree, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable. That's what's going to help you to stand in your power, okay? Chiron and Capricorn already talked about that. And then last but not least, before I let you go, we have Neptune in Aquarius. Neptune in the 12th house does fairly well. Just be sure to pay attention to your dreams and your visions, as I said before. This will actually help you within your day-to-day as well to establish balance, and it's also going to help you within your career status, legacy, and life's work. Just be sure not to have a false illusion about what your spiritual journey is and your connection with the universe, to really look at that in a more realistic lens. It may be a bit unconventional to the outsider looking in, but whatever works for you, all right? I have vivid dreams. Do you remember your dreams, by the way? I'm going to start asking people with 12th house placements. Do you remember your dreams, like from 3 years ago? Because my roommate now, like, he has, I believe, Jupiter and Sagittarius in the 12th house, and he can remember dreams that he had 7 years ago, 10 years ago. Child, I can barely remember the dream I had this morning, and I don't even remember the dream I had yesterday, So, like, I just want to start asking people with Pisces placements and 12th house placements. Actually, the people that are here right now, do you remember your dreams? If so, do you have Pisces placements and 12th house placements? Let's see. And I write them in my journal. I actually used to write down my dreams. I used to try to interpret my dreams. There was this website, dreammoods.com. Trenton introduced me to it, and I liked it until I didn't, because there are certain things that were telling me, like, for instance, if there was a school bus in your dream, it'll tell you that you're in a transition right now. And if you're thinking about spiders, that means that death is happening. It was foolish things like that. So I was like, I stopped using that website. But I just want to know if you guys do remember your dreams. But that's pretty much it for you for the most part, Nevaeh. Thank you. All right, let's see here. Yes, I have a 12th house stellium, and I have intense cinematic dreams nearly every night that I can remember. I'm just like, I don't know how, because I cannot. But then again, I don't have any 12th house placements. And I do have Saturn and Pisces in my sidereal chart, but I'm not remembering my dreams here. I remember them sometimes, and I have a Pisces moon and a 12th house sun. Interesting. I think I'm onto something here. My daughter remembers her dreams and has vivid ones weekly. Interesting. I remember in detail. I remember my dreams, but from first grade, Saturn and Pisces 10th house. Yeah, I have that exact placement in sidereal. And I'm like, no, you know what? I remember certain things, but to describe them, I can't do that. Like, I'll never forget. I had this one dream, and it looked like I was at the Grand Canyon, and I felt like I was on the set of Spy Kids or something. And then all of a sudden I was falling from the sky, and like right before I hit the ground, I woke up. So like, I remember things like that, but I don't remember like dreams where I had whole conversations with people, and I just can't remember all that. Of course, anytime. Let's see here. 12th house sun in Scorpio. No, my son 12 stellium in Capricorn does remember. Interesting. Well, Scorpio's all about letting go. So I'm like, I can see why you may not remember it like that. Sun, Mercury, Venus, Neptune in 12. Oh yeah, no, you're going to remember your dreams. You're going to have some vivid dreams. My partner is a Pisces and has dreams that have come true. Oh, so he's the dream predictor. Were they good things that came true? It doesn't seem like it. You have North Node or South Node in the third, right? Because in Hellenistic, third and the moon are associated with dreams. Yeah, I have my North Node in the third house. And I know in Hellenistic astrology, the moon finds planetary joy in the third. But for me, I'm like, I just can't remember my dream. Well, then again, I just did move, so that also has something to do with it too. And I would assume, but ever since I got here, I could not remember my dream. This morning I did. I remembered a little bit of it, but like it went away within 10 seconds. It's sick. Critical degrees, and does little count. Okay, so critical degrees are degrees of significant importance. That's what critical degrees are. They're not this whole big thing that you need to be flustered about. 29 degrees Scorpio, another story. But critical degrees in general just bring fated events, people, places, things within your life that you're just meant to pay attention to, because they're going to help towards your progression and evolution on this journey, or elevation, I should say. Evolution, both. I'll say both. Random things that have come true, not horrible yet, I guess. And Lilith, I would count, if you consider Lilith, I would count Lilith. But like, I'm glad that it hasn't been horrible. But I will say, basically he's kind of like Raven Baxter. That's a Raven. You know, if he can gaze into the future, but then, if he were to tell me that like there was a dream about, oh, you were in my dream last night and something happened, I'd pack up my car and I gotta go. Gotta go. I'm off to some undisclosed location. You know, I gotta go. All right, let's see here. Who is next? Adrian is next. All right, let's see. I might end things a little early today since we are a little bit more quieter for the reading so far. Adrian, let's see. Dear California. And oh, I'm interested to see, are you a Sagittarius or are you a Capricorn? Let's say, okay, are you, oh, Sagittarius, 29 degrees. How long will you stay in the South? For as long as I'm really not trying to move again, but I sense that this is not my last move. Like, I don't want to move again. I hope to be here for some time, but like, I don't want to move again. You know, sitting on that plane, I felt uncomfortable. Not because of the move, but like lately, I just need to lay down, you know, when I'm like taking long trips or things like that. And that plane ride, I had to sit up for 4 hours. And I'm like, no, I just don't want to do that again. But I would hope to stay here for some time. You know, I just want to get out more. I do stay in the house because it's been hot, you know, and I don't have a car here. I do not have a car here. And in the South, very different from New York. Trains, non-existent. Subway station, haha. You know, Ubers, very affordable here, must I say, from New York. But like, everything is so spread out here. It's different. You know, you just don't see that. Well, you see it in upstate New York, but upstate, it's more, I feel it's more narrow. Like here, everything's all wide and rectangular. Which, your chart ruler in the 4th, you'll probably still move a few times. Yeah, no, I don't doubt it. You know, I'm just waiting on the day and the time. But hopefully, as I said, it's now a new move. It's still new. So I feel like it's gonna be some time until that happens again. Yeah, I just don't want to move to a cold location. Okay, Adrian, let's get to your reading here. So sorry for losing topic. All right, here we go. Sun 29 Sagittarius, Sun's at a critical degree. Moon 21 Taurus, Moon is at a critical degree. Mercury 1 Capricorn, Mercury's at a critical degree. Venus 18 Scorpio, Mars 3 Cancer, Jupiter 0 Capricorn, Jupiter's at a critical degree. Saturn 8 Virgo retrograde, Uranus 15 Pisces, Neptune 19 Aquarius, Pluto 28 Sagittarius, North Node 0 Pisces retrograde. North Node's at a critical degree. Chiron 12 Aquarius, Ascendant 18 Libra, MC 20 Cancer. All right, let's see. But Alara, just to add to that, I really don't think that here is my final destination. That's what I could say. It's not my final destination, but I'm here for now. You know, so come visit. Actually, don't come visit. It's a little too hot for right now. But I like it. I like it down here. It's really sunny and more, you know, you feel the warmth more here than I did in New York. So I'm really happy with that. All right. Part of your ascension in this lifetime, Adrian, is to work towards relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contract, marriage, and union as well. Let's see here. Your chart ruler can be found in the 2nd house of your worth and value, giving back to yourself, filling your cup back up, and really self-replenishing yourself as well here too. Your immediate family can definitely have an influence on that as well. With Venus and Scorpio, just be sure not to over-obsess over resources, finances as well. Also, other people may tend to see your value. It's really important for you to see it within yourself. In terms of relationships, you may like deep connections. You may not like the, you know, small talk or anything like that. You may want something that's more deeper, okay? But I will say in terms of relationships, intimacy and vulnerability are going to be very important as well. Just be sure to prioritize your healing journey. It actually helps you to establish your worth and value as well too. And this will also give you emotional fulfillment through your healing journey. So the more healing you do, not only does it give you emotional fulfillment, but it can help you to locate your worth and value, or establish your worth and value, I should say as well too, okay? Watch for over-obsessing over finances. I probably just said that. Or just spending impulsively too, since Mars has the influence tradition additionally. All right, and then we have Pluto, Sun, and is Jupiter there too? Nope. We just got Pluto and the Sun in Sagittarius here. So Pluto and the Sun in Sagittarius, especially when they're conjunct, this is a very powerful personality, very powerful energy here, especially when you're communicating. You definitely like to communicate your truth and be your most vulnerable self. People have to be ready for your communication here. Not everybody's going to be receptive to what is being said, is because when you are communicating and when you're talking, it really shows a lot about where somebody is on their healing journey. They have to be ready to receive the things that you're saying here, okay? That's what's going to help you to step into your power. If other people give you a hard time when you're communicating, just brush that off to the side. It's not even worth it, okay? Just be sure not to over obsess over your thoughts, any ideas, or perhaps maybe even your life's purpose, what you're meant to do, why you're here per se as well. Also, let's see here, finding a balance between your career status, legacy, and life's work will definitely also help you to step into your power here too. With Jupiter and Mercury in Capricorn, education could definitely be pushed in the home. Definitely, your parents can definitely push you to further your studies, especially as time goes on. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. With Mercury here in the fourth house, a lot of intuitive nudges are definitely going to come about. Just be sure to feel your feelings through. Don't react to it with Mercury, okay? Jupiter here definitely could come from a large family, a lot of discipline within the home. There can definitely be this energy of she may feel like she may grow up quicker than normal, but with Jupiter and Capricorn, more responsibility just may be on her. She could be the older child. Just be sure that it is balanced between personal and public life as well. With Mars and Cancer, very protective over people that she loves as well. But I will say bottling up emotions can definitely lead to lashing out, violent outbursts. So facing the emotions head on, especially when in public, is going to be very beneficial. All right, let's see. Aquarius, Chiron in the fifth, as well as Neptune in the fifth. First foremost, I know right now, let's see here. Right now, I'm not concerned about escapism, so I'm not even going to say anything with that. But just watch out for having too much fun, because that can definitely give you a false illusionment of what life is all about. But you do like to have fun in a very different way, perhaps very unique way for you. But when you feel like you're expressing yourself, putting out your confidence, really just shining your light, some people may feel like, or you may feel that some people are trying to shut you down or dim your light. Just be sure that you're not doing it or to yourself. Chiron's not retrograde, so I'm not so concerned with that. But I will say putting yourself out there and enjoying life for its recreation will definitely help you to better express your authenticity. And also focusing on being around friends, groups, networks, organizations, really just being around people that make you feel the most you possible will definitely help you to heal yourself and to heal other people as well too. Now, Neptune is at the apex of a major T-square here, so really tapping into any future dreams, visions, goals that you may have as well, becoming confident in those goals as well, because they're going to come to light. So just be sure that you are feeling confident within them. That's actually going to help you to alleviate any inner conflict and tension that you may be feeling, okay? Moving on, we got North Node in Pisces, Uranus in Pisces as well. Part of your North Node is to make your dreams a tangible reality by actually putting in action to make them come true. With North Node in the sixth house, schedules, routines are going to be beneficial, especially to your spiritual development journey, with Pisces being in the sixth. With Libra ascendants, everything is reversed. And so with your sixth house being in Pisces, it is important to have a relationship with the universe to move forward in the day-to-day. Whatever you're doing within the day-to-day can be quite original, can be something that not many people get to do, but just be aware that any ideas that do come across within your day-to-day, that you're utilizing it, writing them down, they can actually be used within your career status, legacy, and life's work later in life, okay? There is a sextile to your eighth house here. This can actually contribute to emotional fulfillment once you write down those ideas and get about the business of starting that as well. Let's see what else is going on here. Then we have the moon in Taurus. We already talked a little about the moon in Taurus. Very emotionally stable energy. As I said, finds emotional fulfillment through intimacy, vulnerability, going below the surface, accepting the darker aspects of life, making peace with the past as well. Now with moon in Taurus, moon tends to wax and wane. So I will say here, when it's in the eighth house here, be sure to any suppressed emotions, just face them head on, deal with it. It's actually going to help you within your career status, legacy, and life's work as well. A lot of energy and drive around career status, legacy, and life's work. Just be sure anything you're doing within your career, which is not something you have to worry about right now, but when it cuts there, here's a word of advice. Find something that emotionally resonates with you. It could be now, even could be later, but whatever resonates with you emotionally, it's going to make your career go that much better. And it's going to give you that much more energy and drive to get things done. Love that. Last but not least, before I let you go, we do have Saturn in Virgo in the 12th house. Saturn's in planetary joy in the 12th house. Loves the isolation, loves to be by himself. Also, developing a connection with the universe can be beneficial here as well if you're into your spiritual journey and spiritual progression moving forward. With this being in Virgo, watch for self-criticism. Definitely watch out for criticism of others others. This is a placement that does like to develop itself on a spiritual level, but in a kind of an efficient way. Virgo has that unique ability to kind of create the world it wants for itself. That's why it's exalted in its own sign. But I will say with Saturn and Virgo here, just be sure not to overwork yourself to your detriment, overworking yourself within your spiritual journey. That can actually lead to health issues, okay? So that's pretty much all I'm saying for your chart for the most part. Thank you. Let's see here. Oh, I already knew that. Right. I want to visit NYC during Christmas time someday, but not in the near future. Oh my God, brave. I would visit New York in the summer. In the winter, oh my God, unless you're from the north, oh my God, though, don't let the temperature fool you into thinking that 45 degrees feels nice, that you can handle a nice 30, because oh my God, that weather that we get in the wintertime, complete scam. Don't recommend it. 1 out of 10. But you know what? Well, then again, being not from New York and seeing it at Christmas time definitely must be something different. Because for me as a local, I would never be outside, not Times Square. Absolutely not. I would never do that. Absolutely not. No, thank you so much. Of course. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising here, I'm sending prayers to you. What's that mind like? What's your thought process like? Oh God, what's going on? Are you in your head a lot? Is that it? Let's see here. My nose bled in NYC around Christmas time. Air was so dry and cold in New York. Well, yeah, that could definitely, yeah. Especially like if you're around like a lot of buildings, the air tends to get drier, but usually it's like the cold, wet type of energy that we get. Lately we haven't had that. Last year, it didn't snow as much, and coming into 2023, thank God, it only snowed twice. And the snow didn't even stick around, like when it got to noon. Like it would snow like 6 a.m, and it didn't even stick around, by the time noon got there. So we got really lucky this past year, but I'm not going back to New York winter. Absolutely not. No. It looks so pretty on pictures, so I don't know. I'm used to coldness since I'm from Germany. European cold is another cold. Like, you guys know cold. I think that you would be fine, especially because Germany's inland. So I feel like you'd be okay in New York. It may be a little bit warmer. Juxtapose Germany, because you guys are north. And the European cold is another breed of cold that I'm like, nah, but I think that you'll be okay in NYC. Just, it does tend to get like slushy instead of snowy, but that's the only thing that we got going on. Let's see. Is tarot only in the mornings? Yes. Tarot's usually in the mornings, and then in the afternoons, it's just astrology. I'm sure it is. Oh yeah, it's when the sun is out in the wintertime in New York, very pretty. Very pretty, very deceiving, but very pretty, because that's usually when it's cold and dry when the sun is out. When the sun is down, it usually turns into a wet cold, and it's usually something more uncomfortable because the temperatures start dropping because the sun is no longer out and giving you love, Let's see here. How much for birth chart readings? Okay, so birth chart readings are going to be $15 today. TRZO LLC is where you donate to. Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. The name is synonymous through all 3 platforms. Just be sure to include your birth date, time, and location, just like the example that you see down here. And for international birthdays, just be sure to format that month, day, year instead of day, month, year. And for all Instagram DMs, just send that to @TRESCCL, TRESCCL, like if you forget your birth information. All right. But yeah, New York during the wintertime, I usually don't go out during the wintertime, but I'll do my hair. Like, I am going somewhere. But it's a great time to grow your hair. Yeah. So when the sun is out, is like moon energy, and in the night, like Saturn. Let's see. So when the sun is out, it's like moon energy. No, not necessarily. Like, I guess weather-wise, you gotta play by day, because New York is a lot like, I'm trying to think, because I wouldn't say London, because London, it rains the majority of the year. In New York, it doesn't rain. We just have very unpredictable weather patterns. Like, the sun could be out, but then it's not going to give you any warmth. Like during Christmas time, the sun does not seem like it's just there for decoration. It doesn't seem like it gives that much love and warmth. I've heard it's dangerous there in New York. Not necessarily. I mean, like, if you're around like touristy areas, now they have signs for pickpocketing, but like that never used to be a thing. New York used to be much more dangerous in the 80s and 90s than it is now. But I'm not gonna lie, because over this past couple of months, I've been seeing a lot of subway videos of like the homeless taking people's food, slapping people. Like, those are things that I've never seen. I lived in the city twice, I've just never seen it. But like, it's crazy because one of the homeless people that were on TikTok, like, I've seen them in person. Like, I've seen them in person before they even went viral, you know? And it's just crazy. I don't know that person personally, but it's like, it's crazy when you see that on TikTok and everybody's like responding to it. But I wouldn't say that it's dangerous. It's just now, there's certain areas to go to, certain areas not to go to, for the most part. But I think it's okay. You know, I think it's a good time. I like going to the financial district. I like going to the George Washington Bridge and walking it. But they're redoing the south side now, so I have to walk on the north side. I'm like, I'm not trying to look to the north, you know? Oh, okay, thanks for clarifying. Just paid with Cash App. All right, we're going to do the last reading, or I guess readings are going to be closed after. So we're just waiting for the Cash App to come in. Just paid via Cash App, and we're just waiting because I think you're going to be my last reading once it comes in, once the information comes through. Oh, got it. Got it. All right, and then there is Ty. All right. Readings closed. Oh, that's Closef. All right, let's go, Ty. Saving the best for last. I know that's right. Bestie, do you know how handsome you are? Oh, thank you so much. What you did. Thank you so much. You know what? You're such a beautiful soul. Just a beautiful soul. How you doing? I do astrocartography. I offer those in the private readings though, because those take time. But what I do is I actually just look up I look up it as if it's a normal birth chart, and then I just adjust the time and location. That's really what astrocartography is. You know, speaking about astrocartography, guess who moved to their Pluto line? You know, I did. I moved to my Pluto line. It's not that bad. I'm also on a Jupiter line, you know, so maybe that's balancing it out. But I have hope. I have optimism. Fingers crossed. All right, Ty, let's get to your reading. Let's see. Ooh, I just got a text from Rachel, and I don't know who Rachel is. So I'm going to ignore it. 13. Oh, wow. That is not 152. Let's pay him. All right, here we go. Wishing you luck. Thank you. Oh, yeah, no, I thank you. I feel like living on my Pluto line, like I'm a Scorpio sun, so I feel like I do have Pluto's influence naturally. But when it's on an angle, it's on my Pluto descendant line. So I'm like, it would be Pluto with other people, you know? You live alone? No, I have a roommate. I do. And I don't feel Pluto's energy as much, but it's like, wouldn't that be hitting like my ascendant or my IC? But like with my descendant, Pluto on my descendant line, I ain't feeling her. But I will say I have met new people, and it's been like the weird response, like when I first met them. But I'm like, you know, but you know, I don't feel the Pluto, and I kind of don't want to feel the Pluto because I'm like, oh God. But let's see here. Leo ascendant. All right, here we go. Sun 7 Taurus, Moon 8 Pisces, Mercury 10 Aries, Venus 25 Aries, Mars 23 Pisces, Jupiter 4 Virgo retrograde, Jupiter's at a critical degree, Saturn 17 Aquarius, Uranus 18 Capricorn retrograde, Neptune 18 Capricorn retrograde, Pluto 21 Scorpio retrograde, Pluto's at a critical degree, North Node 3 Capricorn retrograde, Chiron 3 Leo, Ascendant 21 Leo, Ascendant's at a critical degree, MC Midhaven 13 Taurus. All right, let's see what's going on here. Come on, Grand Trines, we see you. All right, so in this lifetime to work towards your ascension, you're really meant to tap into your confidence, expressing yourself, putting yourself out there, and not dimming your light because of other people's projections, or perhaps self-sabotaging because of other people as well. You don't have Chiron retrograde, so I'm not so concerned about the self-sabotage here, but I will say wounds can definitely come from when you feel like you can't express yourself or be yourself and shine your light, because whenever you did so, people tried to dim it, okay? Focus on yourself yourself, your identity, your independence, and taking action and direction, or taking action towards your life's direction as well. That'll actually help you to heal yourself and to heal others as well. It can also contribute to your career status, legacy, and life's work, since your 10th house ruler is in the 10th house. Or sorry, since your first house ruler and your chart ruler is in the 10th house, not your 10th house ruler, but your chart ruler per se. Let's see here. Jupiter and Virgo in your second house. Just be sure to watch out for frivolous spending. Only thing here, usually with Virgo, I'm not so concerned about the frivolous spending. It's usually just Jupiter's influence here. But Jupiter and Virgo, very grounded energy, very disciplined, very strong, or efficient, I should say, does know how to get work done. Just make sure that you're not overworking yourself. To your detriment, sometimes health issues can definitely expand, so just watch out on that as well too. Let's see. If you don't mind, can I know your ascendant degree? Me, 6 degrees. Let's see here. Some people definitely see the value within yourself, see the value within you. You just have to see it within yourself. Once you see it within yourself, this can actually give you emotional fulfillment here. Just be sure not to rush through your healing journey, but rather prioritize it, going below the surface, accepting the darker aspects of life, and making peace with your past as well. Letting go of what no longer serves you, letting go of what no longer is in alignment, which in turn puts you in alignment with your dharmic path, okay? All right, we have nothing in Libra. We have Pluto and Scorpio in the 4th house, very transformative upbringing here. Just making sure, just bear with, 1321. All right, so it's a loose conjunction here with your Pluto placement, but it's still conjunct the IC. Very transformative upbringing, definitely could represent a generational curse breaker. There could have been some intense and transformative situations that have happened in your early childhood that was preparing you for your career status, legacy, and life's work. It is really important to prioritize your healing journey, like I said, but also not to over-obsess over your emotional well-being or your healing journey or transformation as well. That's going to help you to step into your power. It's also going to help you within your career status, legacy, and life's work, okay? Just don't give into the projection, that other people may give you. Perhaps this could be family. This could even be people in the masses as well, too. Nothing in Sagittarius. We have North Node in Capricorn, Uranus and Neptune here in the 6th house, too. North Node in the 6th house is usually really focusing more on your personal development, establishing some schedules and routines to really become the best version of yourself in this material world, okay? Making your dreams a tangible reality also as well, too. With the South Node being in the 12th house, this can bring visions, dreams on what it is that you would like to accomplish. And now that it's in 6th house in Capricorn, you're meant to execute it and make your dreams a tangible reality. With Uranus, pay attention to any ideas that come across your day-to-day. They can actually help you to find your life's purpose, your sense of meaning of life, as well as a belief system, a philosophy, perhaps maybe even a religion as well. Other people will definitely assist you in that. You're not meant to do it alone. Also, with Uranus and Neptune here, developing a connection with the universe will definitely help you out in this arena, but any ideas that come across within your day-to-day can definitely be utilized within your career status, legacy, and life's work as well. Let's see here. So your ascendant is in a Mars bound. I see that Mars influence. Can you explain that to me? Because I've been reading a little bit about that, but didn't quite get it. And I would like to know more information. Let's see here. Did I say everything I needed to say? I did. All right. Saturn in Aquarius definitely throws an aspect to that Saturn, to your ascendant. It is conjunct your descendant, spending some time by yourself, having a relationship with yourself. Best relationship you could ever have here. Saturn's in Aquarius. You just need to commit yourself in a relationship. Saturn will give you the blessing of a long-term relationship here. But that does not come easy because there are karmic lessons in regards to relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts as well. With Saturn being in your 7th house, great for business, not so great for relationships here, okay? Starting a business definitely will start off with a couple of challenges, whatever, but it usually gets better, especially the more you commit yourself. With relationships, it's usually a bit more of a challenge, especially in Aquarius, because Aquarius tends to detach emotionally from certain situations. For you, it could be relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection. Just be sure here, because in relationships, you yearn to be understood, and it is really important that you understand yourself before committing yourself into a relationship here too. So that's going to be major lessons. Also, friends, groups, networks, organizations can definitely be of support with your business endeavors. Just be sure to pay attention to any unconscious qualities that may present themselves through other people, or perhaps when you're spending time by yourself. This will actually help you to see where you can implement certain changes, or see what may be holding you back in certain things as well. Because if we're not aware of our unconscious qualities, your support system, your friends, groups, networks, and organizations may take a step back and observe as your unconscious qualities kind of take over, instead of dealing with them when you're in your spiritual development journey, or perhaps perhaps maybe when you're spending time by yourself too, okay? Moon in Pisces, Mars in Pisces. I already talked a little bit about it. It is very intuitive energy here. Moon in Pisces, you find emotional fulfillment through your spiritual journey, spiritual liberation, as well as your healing journey and your personal transformation journey as well. It is really important, just don't rush through your healing journey or your transformation, as well as through your spiritual journey as well, because that can lead to psychological damage, and we wouldn't want that now, would we? Also, all the healing that you do within your healing journey and dealing with suppressed emotions as well can actually help you towards your career, status, legacy, and life's work. With Mercury in Aries, think before you speak, okay? Think before you speak, think before you take action on anything, because this can cause accidents and setbacks if in the case you don't. But you're meant to speak about your experience. You're definitely meant to share your story about how it is that you found your life's purpose or what worked for you in terms of belief, philosophy, religion, etc., okay? With Mercury also in the 9th house here too, this can make a great teacher. People can definitely confide in you in terms of advice, okay? Now, with Venus being here, other people are definitely meant to help you to figure out your life's purpose. You're not meant to go it alone, all right? So definitely be open, be more receptive to other people's perspective as well. I finally said the word right. Look at God. Yes. You know, let's see here. Then we have Sun in Taurus, MC in Taurus as well. So what you're becoming, what your focus is career, status, legacy, and life's work. Now, whatever it is that you're doing, it is going to require patience because it's like watching paint dry with Taurus energy. But usually, after the fact that things start going, it's going to be around for a long time. Other people here are definitely meant to help you out, give you resources. So don't be opposed to taking the resources to help you build and grow in your career, status, legacy, and life's work, okay? That's pretty much all I'm seeing for your chart for the most part. Thank you. All right. Bounds are really similar to deacons. If a planet is in its own bound, then it plays by its own rules. Gotcha. Okay. So it's in the it's in the Mars bound, you say. Well, I can see Mars energy. I don't know. It's more like Mars and Scorpio than Mars and Aries. You know what I mean? Like, but I can definitely see the Mars energy come out too. So is my sun in the Mars bound, or that would be its own energy, right? I need to learn the bounds because I have it somewhere. I love that, and I feel a lot of it already. Thank you so much. Of course, anytime. All right, I think I'm going to call it a day for today. I will be back on Friday morning to do tarot. I'm going to be off for tomorrow. All right, so be sure to look at the link in my bio under Universal Analysis if in the case that you would like a private reading. I do offer astrology, numerology, and tarot. So just be sure to take a look at that. But until Friday, I fare thee well, everybody. Take care. Your ascendant is in the Mars bound. Now, what about Scorpio sun at 6 degrees? You know? What about sun at 6 degrees too? Because if sun 6 degrees Scorpio. Yeah. All right. But save that for next time because I'm going to get off. Or you could just message me. You could just message me too. But all right, I'm going to go now, everyone. Take care. I'll give Alara enough time to kind of just like copy and paste it. 1, 2, 3 eyes on me. All right, everyone. I'll take care. Bye-bye. Wait. Okay, I'm waiting. And we're back. All right, we're waiting. Let me see here, actually, while we're waiting. Don't you just love it? I'll just get set up for Friday. How about that? It's in a Mars bound too. Oh, great. Okay, look at God. A lot of Mars energy, you know. Get somebody else to do it. So your sun is an extra Martian. Yay! Well, thank you, Mars, for giving me the energy and drive to get things done. I'd like to also thank the public. All right, everyone. I'm going to have a great rest of the week. I'll see you Friday morning. Bye-bye.